Another important part of a web design is its flexibility. Flexibility is the response of the web page with respect to the browser window. As we have created our page, let's preview this page in a browser. So click on the file and preview this in Firefox. So here is the layout of our web page, which is looking great. If I shrink the browser window, then you can see that our content has been hid. And any user who is viewing this web page will have to scroll this page to view full content of the page. Means if someone viewed this page in iPad, then he would have to scroll this page to view in his iPad. But we can change the layout of the page from static to responsive and flexible. Let's come to the Dreamweaver. I close it and then select this nav bar. If I select it, then in the properties panel below the window, you can see its width and height and also the left and the top margin. You can see that its left margin is fixed and that is 52 pixels. Instead of using fixed margin, why not use a percentage? Let's change it from 52 pixels to 5% and then hit enter, and also change its width from 970 pixels fixed to 90%. Hit the enter and then save this page and preview this page in browser. Now if I change the browser window, then you can see that our navbar is responding with the browser window. And whatever the browser size is, the navbar will be 5% ahead from the left side and its total width will be 90%. Great. Now let's come to the Dreamweaver. I also want this logo and this text to be respond with the browser window. Let's select this logo and then change its left margin from 100 pixel to 5% and then hit enter. Also select this header and also change its left margin from 99 pixel to 5%. Hit the enter and then save this page and then preview this page in browser. So here you can see that our logo, navbar and the header are responding according to the browser window. Close this. Now let's move on to the section. I'll select it. Let's change its width from 524 pixels to 60% of the browser window. Hit the enter and delete the left margin, and I want the section to float at the right side of the window and then have a 5% distance from the right border of the browser. Hit the enter key and in the CSS designer panel select the section, and then in the properties panel come to the float property of the section. Let's select its float property to the right, and then in the position select its right position from auto to 5%, and here it is. Now let's preview this page in the browser. Save it and then preview this web page in Firefox. And now that if I change the browser window, then you can see that how beautifully our web page is responding to the browser window. And I just love this flexibility. If a user is viewing this web page on an iPad or a mobile device, then he can see the full content of the page. And he would not have to scroll the page to view the content. But there is another thing. Look at the background of the web page. If I make the browser window small, then the background of the window is being cropped. And I also want the background to be flexible with the web page. Now let's come to the Dreamweaver, and as we know that our background is in the body selector. So select the body and let's come down in the background section of the properties. And here you can see some properties of the background. First, select the background attachment from scroll to fixed, and then select the background size from auto to cover, and then save the page and then preview this page in browser. So here it is. Now if I change the window of the browser, then you can see that the background of the web page is also responding with the browser window. So this is the best practice to make your web page more flexible and more responsive so that it can be viewed in iPads or mobile devices more easily.